There's literally nothing that can compare to having a deep bond with a brother. Even if it's somebody that is not your biological brother, but it is someone that you met, someone that you have a deeper bond to than any of your regular friends. Somebody with who you can be 100% yourself, with no regrets, no shame, no nothing, no outside pressure that you might have in a social interaction to not necessarily be 100% yourself. I do inherently believe that everybody, and well, personally, that's what I exercise, to be unapologetically yourself. But there will always be, to some degree, various versions of yourself that you will exercise whenever you are around other people. When you're around a woman you're trying to impress because you would like to have a relationship with her, when you're around a bunch of female friends, when you're around a bunch of gay people, when you're around a bunch of adults, when you're around a bunch of more conservative people, when you're around a bunch of people you respect, when you're around a bunch of people that you would be super friends with, that you would even go so far as to call a brother, you will act in a different way regardless. But there's a certain way that you can exercise being unapologetically yourself regardless. And so what I wanted to talk about today was the subject of brotherhood and how important that is in today's modern society. And the importance of having that and cultivating that as much as possible and what it allows you to do. Because at the end of the day, us men, we want brotherhood. We want a group. We want to go out with the boys and we want to feel like we're invincible. We feel like we are immortal. Feel like we are undefeatable. Like we want to feel like a group that can just go out there and just beat people up and just feel like we're the strongest, you know? That's what I'm talking about. And so having that brotherhood, having that group, even if it's just like 3, 4, maybe 1 or 2 friends that you have and that you hang out with all the time, there is always going to be that element of, this feels right. This feels like I was meant to do this. Like, I don't know about you guys, but personally, whenever I'm chilling or hanging out with the boys, like, nothing compares to that. Whenever I'm talking to my friends, talking to my best friends, nothing compares to the good times I'll have with those people. And it feels great. It feels like the right thing to do for some reason. And not enough people get to experience that today. Because the problem is, more and more and more people today are becoming more and more selfish and more selfishly orientated. And so the problem with this is that these people end up becoming completely self-centered. So much so that they forget to invest into other people, into other relationships to get the best out of them. What I mean by this is, a relationship is a two-way street. You need to be giving, and the other person needs to be giving as well. It takes 2 to tango. May it be a regular platonic relationship, may it be a romantic relationship, it's the same exact thing. I'm going to be focusing more on brotherhood and the bond that 2 men can have today, rather than relationships. But if you want me to talk about that as well, feel free to ask me. I'm open to talking about other topics if you want to recommend some in the comments. But basically, Brotherhood is one of the most powerful bonds that men can have in today's society. A true bond that is intertwined with honesty, loyalty, trust, and knowing 100% that people within that group have your back is one of the best feelings you can get. It's the feeling of unison, the feeling of being a part of something, the feeling of a collective group that is always together no matter what. That is one of the most powerful feelings I have ever experienced personally in my life. And it is always something that I value way more than anything else. When I'm recommending to someone, if they ask me like, hey, how did you get so good? How did you get so advanced? How did you learn everything you learned? All of these things. And I tell them like, to be honest, I would not have been here for like, if not for the people I met along the way. I kind of owe in a certain way to all of my friends that are 100% honest with me. Like, even if they know it's going to feel like shit whenever they tell me like, hey, you're messing this up, you're being a fucking dickhead, or you're being a fucking stupid idiot and you shouldn't be doing it this way, then they're not scared to just beat up my feelings, like put my feelings aside and be like, hey, you're being a fucking idiot right now. They're not scared of hurting my feelings. And so that's a great thing to have, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to have that raw 100% feedback. And I think more men should be subject to that kind of feedback, because whenever they're doing something, they need to understand that there are people out there that will cover up the truth and sugarcoat lies and not give them the 100% reality of whatever they're doing, and not give them the raw, unfiltered feedback. And so at the end of the day, when people do that, it doesn't help anyone. It's actually a massive detriment, a massive problem in today's society. The simple fact that people don't give their 100% honest truth without being scared of hurting other people's feelings. Bro, listen. If you're scared of hurting someone's feelings by doing something, but you know it's the right thing to do, I urge you to do it anyway. I would rather, and we can tie this back to dating yet again, I would rather risk a relationship and tell a woman how I really want everything to be, how I want to set boundaries and be like, hey, if you cross the line, it's fucking bye-bye. And if she does so, then I'm not afraid to cut the bond. Like, I'm not afraid to cut the cord, to make sure that my standards are met. And so this is the same thing with literally all relationships in all society. Because we're people. We're a societal group. We are a race of individuals, the humans, that have always been in a group setting. Why is that? Well, I think, and I've heard this from a lot of other people, together, what did he say? He said, together we're better, and we're better together. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, if together we're better and we're better together, then in that case, wouldn't it make sense to do your best, to give your utmost you in a group setting? Like, it doesn't fucking matter if anybody, like, if no, like, if there's 100 people, if like 50 people like you and 50 people don't like you, who cares? That's already 50 people that like you. That's already a lot of people, bro. So I personally think you can tie this back to being unapologetically yourself, because that is the easiest way to create a real bond. And this is what matters the most. I'm 100% myself because I don't really give a fuck anymore. Because I understand that some people are not going to like me and some people are going to like me, and there you have it. I don't care. I don't care what they think, and if they like me, perfect. I'll have a deeper bond with that person, a deeper friendship, and I'm all for that. I would rather have 3 good friends rather than 30 people that kind of like me. It's like, I don't care. Like, I want those deep friendships, and then I want connections that can help me do things. That's what I want. I want to become a valuable person, valuable man with network. So that means I can't just sacrifice all of my time and energy and invest it into having 100, 200, 1,000 different friends that aren't a deep connection or a valuable asset or connection to myself. So at the end of the day, brotherhood is one of the best bonds you can have and you can develop as a man. Sure, you can develop your family bonds as well. And if you have a biological brother, I urge you to reconnect with him if you're disconnected to him. And if he's a complete loser, then in that case, I guess he's a loser. So can't really do much about that. But if he isn't, and you understand the value of this bond that you can develop with him, that if you haven't already developed it with him, make him understand that you value his presence, that you value who he is. And if something's bad between you two, then just say like, yeah, it's water under the bridge. Like, who gives a shit, bro? At the end of the day, you're still my brother, and I will support you regardless of whatever you do. And unless you throw me away and you cast me aside and you desire not to talk to me anymore, then I think we should be a part of each other's lives, because we're better as a unit. We're better to give each other feedback and to push each other to do better. We are in a position where we can kind of challenge ourselves to do better. Like, we can compete with each other. We can be like, hey, I did 100 push-ups today, so you have to do 101 if you want to beat me. You know, stuff like that, you know? And it's like, it's that real bond that a lot of people miss today. And I noticed that it was a common theme that a lot of people do not have this, because they're too afraid of hurting other people's feelings. They're too afraid of developing that bond with other people in real life, because most people are asleep. Let's just say what it is. Most people aren't looking for those deep connections. They're just being themselves and just doing whatever. And so what ends up happening is, and you can tie this completely and utterly to video games, because I used to do this quite a lot, actually. I used to have maybe 5 to 10 friends, and we all used to play the same game all the time. We used to be, hey, hop on the game. Hey, do you want to play this? And then we used to do these things just over and over again. And we built bonds that were much deeper than everybody else, because we went through different experiences together in different games. May it be a horror game, may it be a sandbox game, may it be a strategy game, may it be literally anything. We went through those things together. And I think brotherhood can also be linked to the call of adventure, the call of the wild, the call of doing what men have done since the dawn of time, which is go out and hunt and explore and discover things and come back to the safety of the home and share that information with the others and say, hey, sure, I've found these things, we should go out there and hunt. I found this new species that we can go out there and hunt and eat, and I found this new cave or this new mountain or this new terrain or this new place that looks amazing and we should explore it. That's what I'm talking about. And men have always wanted to do this since the dawn of time. So having that and connecting it to brotherhood and connecting that to video games makes perfect sense. Like it's basically the most simple way men can bond online. They don't even give a shit about each other's family situation. They don't even give a shit about if they have kids or not. They don't even give a shit if they are like physically fit. They don't even give a shit about anything other than having a good time with the boys. It's as simple as that, bro. Like, I don't know if if you guys are men, middle-aged men, young men, you know what I'm talking about. You've probably hopped on the game, you've probably hopped on, like, I don't fucking know, Minecraft, fucking Fortnite, fucking Counter-Strike, fucking, I don't know, bro. Call of Duty, whatever you insert, X game, whatever. And so it is, I think, something that you should not dilute too much with video games. Because this bond can be something truly powerful if you use it correctly. I personally have developed this bond with a lot of different people, but at the end of the day, I've only got a select few people that I would say for sure 100% I trust this person, and the bond I have with them is something I want to keep forever. And this could be a family member or not. It doesn't really matter when you actually think about it. I'll give you a few examples of how in my life I've transitioned the use of brotherhood into my own life. At first I sought out brotherhood a lot. And I was part of a lot of different groups in like self-improvement, accountability groups, all of these groups. I joined and I tried talking to people and developing these bonds. And at some point, I was introduced to certain people. And the more I talked to them, the more it made sense that these people looked like me and were doing the same thing I was doing, had the same interests. And we wanted to get better in the gym. We wanted to grow our own business. We wanted to learn the important skills to become more valuable members of society. We wanted to become more accountable. We wanted to make better use of our time. And so in this collective environment, we pushed each other to do better by we had a group chat, and in the group chat we used to post our checklists every single day. And we used to post okay, hey, in the morning, hey, I'm going to be doing all of this today. And at the end of the day, we say, hey, I've done this, and this. I've not managed to do this and this because of this reason. I am going to be doing this tomorrow because da-da-da-da-da. And we kind of evaluate every single day, how we could have done a better job, how we did things bad, how we could have done things better. And we give each other feedback and say hey, have you thought about it this way? Hey, have you thought about doing it this way? And then that's the kind of brotherhood that helps you at the end of the day. It's like you go to the gym and you can have this bond very easily with literally anybody, that if you have been going to the gym for a long time and you're really good at getting perfect form, getting good good amount of weight on the fucking exercise, all that sort of stuff. If you see someone struggling, you can very easily like go up to them like, hey, I noticed you were doing it this way. Have you ever tried doing it this way? I noticed personally for me, when I do it this way, it triggers my muscles way more, and it allowed me to progress faster. It's like, oh yeah, thank you. And you can develop this bond extremely easily, like literally anywhere you go. Like I went to a coffee shop and I've been a waiter before, so I know like the tips and tricks that you can do as a waiter. And I saw this guy, he looked like he had never been a waiter before, and he was new to the job. And so I saw him, and he was like doing his job and whatever. And he was carrying, he was carrying like the tray, you know, like to carry the glasses and whatever. And he was carrying it like this. And so what I ended up telling him is like, hey, you need to carry it like this, because like that you'll have more stability rather than like this. Like you carry the cups like that, but you carry the plate like that. Like when you have a plateau, what's it called? A tray, that's the right word. When you have a tray, you carry it like this, so that way you don't make everything fall around. Because when you're like that, you make things fall on the ground way easier, and it's way like not good for balance. So I told him like, hey, notice you were doing it this way. Have you ever tried? I've been a waiter before. You should do it this way, because that way you can. And I explained to him the logic behind it, and he was like, oh yeah, cheers, thank you, man. Like yeah, I'm used to the job, da da da. And ever since that day, now he sees me in a different way whenever I walk in the shop. It's like, hey bro, how's it going? And he fist bumps me, or he shakes my hand, and he's really happy to have that feedback. Even though I could have hurt his feelings, he could have told me like, hey, I didn't ask for this, I shut the fuck up. And I could have said like, oh yeah, okay, well, all right, and whatever. But the fact that I did that and I risked hurting his feelings, and I didn't. He felt really grateful for that. And so I think more people should do this more often. Like, don't be a dickhead about it. Be it be in a good, professional, civilized way. Communicate it, what it is you want through that, in a very honest, very truthful way. No strings attached. Just be like yourself and just say, hey, have you tried doing it this way? Because put yourself in their shoes. Would they like having that feedback and that criticism from someone else? Yes or no? The chances, if the answer is no, then in that case, just don't say anything. But if the answer is like, yeah, if I was in his shoes, I would have loved somebody to tell me how to do a better job. In that case, just fucking do it. Tell them, like, whatever. It doesn't matter if they don't like you for it or if they like you for it. The point is, you did it because you thought that if you were in his shoes, you would have liked to have that feedback and that criticism. So that's what I'm talking about. And so it is extremely easy to create those bonds with random people that you go places to see. Because if you are 100% yourself and you talk to people when you are 100% unapologetically yourself, it is much easier to create those deeper bonds. And then you can say like, hey, do you want to go grab a drink, or do you want to go grab a coffee or tea or whatever? And then start talking, and then start hanging out, and then start doing things together, and then fucking a year, 2 years later, you're still friends. It's easy, super easy. And so when you actually when you actually think about it, brotherhood is a very simple process. It's a very simple process. You just have to be yourself and find people that are like you, and that match and that fit you like that. Very simple. And so you can literally get like people literally anywhere. Like I said, like video games, there are definitely people that can bond with you. There are people like, let's say, I don't fucking know, going to the gym, going to a coffee shop, going to a library, going to doing a certain martial arts, doing a sport, literally anything. Like yesterday, for example, I don't usually ask dudes for their numbers because it's a bit weird. But if I truly value the connection and I want to do something with them later on, or I find value in the person, I will ask for their number. And in that case, for instance, yesterday I was at a coffee shop and I saw this guy that I used to go to martial arts with, and he used to be in the same class I was. And so I was like, hey, aren't you so-and-so? And he said like, oh yeah, I remember you. And we started having a chat, just like catching up, like really quick. And yeah, he's been doing good, and like he was happy to see me. He was happy to have me acknowledge him, like in a respectful way, like what men want at the end of the fucking day is we want acknowledgement, we want respect, and we want our energy reciprocated. That's fucking it, bro. Like, it's very simple. We want we want food, we want our nuts emptied, and we want to have recognition from others. Respect and status is completely linked to that. So it's very simple. So if we have any women listening to this video, that's what we want. Like, we are very simple people. Let's fucking keep it as it is. And brotherhood is beautiful. Brotherhood is one of the most valuable things I have taken out of my life personally, that has given me like so many things to take action on. Like, I've gotten so many pieces of feedback, criticism, people that have told me like, hey, have you thought about it this way, in so many different areas, that it has helped me so much that now I feel like I have to do better, and I have to give back in a certain way, because so many people have given to me so much information, so much value, that I feel like I have to give back in a certain way as well. Like, for instance, for me, this is kind of the reason why I started reposting videos on YouTube. I thought like, you know what? I don't really care like if these videos get fucking 1 or 2 views, or like 100 or 1,000 views, even though that would be amazing. I used to post on this channel a lot, and I thought like, yeah, you know what? Actually, it would be a great way for me to record videos and give value to my past self, and what my past self would have loved to hear. And if you guys can relate to that, then that's perfect, because that way I can give you back what I kind of just received. Like, if I can give back what I'm receiving, I give back, and at the end of the day, I can help. If I can help, like, even if it's just 1 or 2 of you guys just do a little bit better in your life, that means the world to me. Like understanding that if there was somebody like me in my shoes, a younger version of myself, that received feedback from me and learned lessons faster, then that just makes the whole world better. So yeah, so brotherhood is extremely important, and I urge you to develop your bonds and to reconnect with the people and like that you haven't been connecting with, or to cultivate that bond with them, and if they don't want to, then just go where somebody else will reciprocate that energy. And with that said, I appreciate every single one of you guys watching at the end of the video. As always, I'm happy to take topic recommendations in the comments. As always, I mentioned this at the start of the video. I would like for you guys to give me some topics. If you want me to talk about certain, like, something that you would be really interested in hearing about, feel free to do so in the comments. I am happy to give you guys some feedback, give you guys some advice. If you have any questions about business, relationships, how to start becoming a freelancer, how to like structure your schedule much better, how to have higher levels of energy, how to have better nutrition, how to get stronger in the gym, all of these things, how to become a more globally good, better person in all aspects. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. And with that said, it's time to get back to work. It's a beautiful day, even if there's mist. Who cares? The sun's still fucking up in the sky, so it's a good day to be alive. And with that said, I wish you have a great day. It's time to get back to work, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next daily upload. See ya.